Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.
Welcome back, everyone. You know, I think for many, many years, a disease that was really misunderstood was Lyme disease. Now, if you lived on the eastern end of Long Island, or if you lived in Lyme, Connecticut, or if you lived on Plum Island, in that region, you got to learn about it before most people did, because when you contracted it, quite honestly, you didn't know that you even had it. And back in my day, we didn't have a clue. And as a result, there were friends of mine who actually came down with Lyme disease who didn't know it, but suffered joint damage and neurological damage and whatever. Well, joining me today is Gina Grillo. So welcome, Gina.
Thank you.
And I better tell them why you're here, I guess, right? Well, Gina also contracted Lyme disease, but in a very entrepreneurial way decided to do something about it, since most of the remedies were chemical-based remedies. In
Correct.
reality, that may be not the only way to handle it. So let's start with your own personal experience with Lyme disease. When did you contract it? How? And what did you know?
I contracted Lyme disease about 8 years ago. I thought I knew what Lyme disease was. I knew about the warnings. I knew to protect yourself. I didn't take it seriously. And let's say I got caught. I was diagnosed with Lyme, pulled a tick off me, became very, very sick, and then I started to realize how very serious Lyme disease is.
You know, Lyme disease is transmitted by tick, and again, you know, you get a tick and you pull it off and you think the bite is done. If that tick is on your skin, I think the gestation period may be even as a couple of days even. I mean, you have to be very, very careful when you're out and about. And since we live in an area right now where people are camping, they're hiking, they're in the woods a lot, this is actually a very dangerous time for this, isn't it?
Not only is it a dangerous time, but predictions are that this will be a banner year for ticks, and that's already coming true.
Right. Now, in learning about the disease and being cured, you realized that there was probably a way to come up with a different solution to the repellents that were out there, right? Using essential oils. So I think that's very creative.
Well, it set me on a mission.
Yeah.
There's always options.
Yes, right.
And in my business, I'd always worked with essential oils, so it became a passion to create some alternatives for repellents.
Now, you know that you always hear this in terms of Western medicine and Eastern medicine and whatever. I assume you're not a chemist. So, you know, given your experience with essential oils, you must have tried a couple of different formulas or different ways of going about this?
It was highly tested, yes.
Yeah, okay.
I worked with a lot of different essential oils. There are a lot of essential oils that actually are repellents. So I had a lot to choose from.
Yes.
It was a matter of which ones I liked, which ones I felt were most effective, and which ones had a really nice fragrance.
Yes, right, sure. Well, that's
Yeah.
the essence of essential oils.
Absolutely.
You follow that one?
Got that. You're good.
Pretty clever, right? And you apply them differently also. I'm thinking of, I love essential oils, so I'm thinking, you know, you don't spray essential oils all over yourself. What's the key to making that work properly?
Well, the key really is to immersing yourself in the fragrance.
Okay.
But essential oils are highly concentrated, so ideally it just becomes an issue of dabbing your pulse points.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And my repellent is packaged in a small package so that it's easy to do.
Now, I'm pulling out of thin air here because I'm just thinking I don't use these chemical products myself, you know. I'd be much more drawn to use essential oils. But it lasts for 8 hours. It lasts for 16 hours. I never believed that stuff. I don't know about you.
Good for you.
Yeah, right. Because it doesn't, right?
It does not.
Right. Okay.
It does not. I felt there were a lot of unaddressed issues in repellents, and that was another reason why I had the passion to create one that I felt was very different. And it's really calling a spade and understanding that no repellent will last 8 hours.
That's right. So you can carry a little bit of essential oils with you when you're out and about in the woods, and if you feel like you're not protected, put some on your pulse points, right? And then
Exactly.
And then off you go.
Yes.
Again, it's an alternative, but I think the most important point here is that we are in the season when ticks they're rampant, and all you really need to do sometimes, take a walk in your own yard and come inside, and you'll find that you've attracted a tick.
True.
So, the more you protect yourself out there, and what I personally, this is my own personal opinion, but, if you smell nice and it's essential oils on top of it, all the better, right? Look, I want to thank you for coming in. You can get essential oils right here in Saratoga at Fallon's Pharmacy, Four Seasons, Brookside.
Yes.
Correct? You mentioned those places. It's Grillo Essentials, and look it up. It's well worth it. Well, I want to thank you, Gina, for coming in, and let me know. Now, be careful out there.
Stay safe.
Okay, yeah, will.
Thank you.
Very nice to have you here. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.
Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.